To synthesize the experience of a tourist in Istanbul, the standout experiences are riding ferries across the Bosporus Strait, the sights, colors, and vibe of the bazaars and alleyway shops, the magnificent Hagia Sophia, and a seaside skyline of minaret towers. The first thing I noticed was the enormous size of the city. Officially, it has 15 million residents, but locals say it is closer to 20. It's almost unfair to say it is such a big city, because it is really like 20 different cities that have sprawled into each other. It stretches from Europe to Asia across the Bosporus Strait. As a visitor, you will most likely stay along the coast, and if you wanted further escape from the concrete jungle, you can visit the 9 Princess Islands, which are car-free. That is where I got the distant shots of the city. You can get there by riding a public ferry. The Istanbul Metro card is also used for the ferries, making it easy to get back and forth across the strait and to visit the islands. It's also just really beautiful and fun to see the city from the water. Riding the ferries was actually one of my favorite parts of the city. It only takes a few minutes to cross over, and ferries heading to different docks are leaving several times an hour. The ferries to the islands can take closer to an hour. There are 2 bridges carrying vehicles across the strait, and if you're in a hurry, you can also take the metro that goes through a tunnel to the other side. Commercial ports line the sides of the strait. You will see large cargo ships as well as large naval vessels in the water. Bazaar shopping. Even if you have no intentions of buying anything, it is still worth visiting the bazaars. In the Old Town district called Eminönü, there are 2 bazaars, the Grand Bazaar and the Spice Bazaar. They're like a big box store, but distributed across numerous stalls with different sections selling similar items. The Grand Bazaar was established in 1461 and covers 60 streets and 3,600 shops. The Spice Bazaar was created in 1664. Historically, all of the merchants of one type of trade were on the same street or row by government-imposed order, and because the merchants created monopolistic guilds with fixed prices. This changed in the mid-19th century. The practical reason for setting up large markets and maintaining them for so many centuries was security. During the Ottoman period, the bazaar was closed up at night and locked off and could only be entered by imperial edict. The spices, foods, clothes, and decorations are all very colorful and range from tourist trinkets to genuine works of beauty and function. Side streets and alleyways are full of shops and stalls offering a broad range of goods. If you are a decorator or designer, the main bazaar is heaven. I wish I could shop here to decorate wherever I live next. If you are an avid shopper, be sure to pack an empty suitcase or bag. For larger items such as carpets, I believe shipping can be arranged. However, there are many carpet sellers in the city, and the Grand Bazaar may or may not offer the best price. Historically, the bazaar was the one place where citizens could casually come in contact with members of the imperial harem and court officials. In a segregated society, it was also one of the few places women could come easily. Like in Ottoman times, there's still a mix of locals and tourists. In many districts, you will come across shops selling Turkish delight, baklava, sweets, nuts, tea, and spices. There are so many different flavors of Turkish delight. My favorite is blueberry. Turks have a sweet tooth. Everything is extremely sugary. If you would like to see more of one of these shops and the interesting range of flavors and types of things sold, check out my 4-part video series from my visit to the Millennium store near the Hagia Sophia. The bazaars are located in Old Town, which also features the Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, and several Roman ruins, parks, and museums. While many of those are worth a visit, the most iconic thing to see is the Hagia Sophia. It is one of the wonders of the world and is a must for a visit to Istanbul. When it was built by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian in 537 AD, it was the largest structure in the world. The original Greek name was Shrine of the Holy Wisdom of God. It was taken over by Mehmed the Conqueror in 1453. It has been a place of pilgrimage for centuries and attracts millions of visitors today. The interior is stunning and unlike anything else you can see. It also has restored Christian and Islamic art, creating a unique juxtaposition. To see and learn more, watch my video featuring the Hagia Sophia. While wandering around the hilltops of the city, there are many beautiful viewpoints for capturing great skyline shots and sunset views. Istanbul is a very steep, hilly city. At the end of a day of sightseeing, try to find a high point to enjoy the sunset. Many buildings have accessible rooftops, and helpful locals will even try to point you to the right spot. It can be a bit confusing and disorienting going through the narrow streets and alleys, but if you're adventurous enough, you can find something. Although I'll admit, the helpful stranger giving me a direction pointed me to a spot that led past a guy target shooting a pop gun, wandering inside 2 buildings, and getting shooed off of one roof, I think by a jealous Turkish photographer who didn't have the English to communicate I was in his way. Eventually, I did find good viewpoints. I happened to be in Istanbul on the anniversary of Ataturk's death, the founder of modern Turkey. Although the current government is more Islamic and is opposed to the secularism of the state Ataturk set up, Ataturk is still highly revered by the people. I saw flags hung everywhere in the city. There were numerous parades and processions, and at the exact minute Ataturk died, sirens wailed and everyone in the city of 20 million stood in silence. Thanks for watching my channel, Journeyman Dan. Please subscribe and like below.